I schedule a lot of meetings, and I was starting to realize how much time of my week was being spent just coordinating meetings and managing scheduling. So I started to think I need to get an assistant, but I knew that wasn't going to happen and decided instead that I'd look into ways I could use AI to automate the entire process. And in the end, I did end up getting an assistant. It's the CalendarBridge AI scheduling assistant. So what I like about this tool and that what makes it different from most AI tools is that it's not something new that you need to log into. It works in the background of what you already work with. It works entirely through email. So if you use Outlook or Google, whatever you use, what you would do is just email the assistant directly or CC it on an email, and it'll jump in and find a time, coordinate a group, reschedule, whatever you need it to do. So in this video, I want to show you how I set my assistant up and some of my favorite use cases for it. Before we jump into the AI setup, it helps to understand what CalendarBridge is. CalendarBridge is a tool that connects the calendars you use. So if you have Google Outlook or multiple Outlook accounts, Google Outlook Apple, CalendarBridge can connect them so that they stay in sync. That said, you don't need multiple calendars or even to set up calendar syncing to use CalendarBridge's AI scheduling assistant. Just connect whichever calendars you want the assistant to use when it's scheduling for you, and you're good to go. So let's jump into the setup. Okay, so let's assume you've got your CalendarBridge account set up. You connected your calendar or whichever calendars you want your assistant to have visibility over. The first thing you're going to do on the CalendarBridge dashboard is go over to the AI assistant. So once you're in the AI settings, you can see your connected accounts, and then you can also see assistant configuration. The first thing you want to do to set up your AI assistant is hit Add New. Now, the first step to configure your assistant is to select which email it responds to. So this is the email that you will use to reach out to your assistant directly, or if you're going to CC it on a thread and ask it to jump in and handle the scheduling, you're going to do it from this email address. This is also the main account that your assistant's going to use to see your free busy status and where it's going to book your meetings. Anything you've connected to CalendarBridge will be here in the dropdown. The next step is to select your availability only calendars. That means these are additional calendars that your assistant can have visibility over to make sure that it understands your full availability. The availability only calendars will include any sub-calendars from the calendar you connected or any additional calendars that you might have connected. You can select up to 3. Next, you'll select your time zone, and then you can also select video conferencing. So if you have a Zoom account, Google Meet, Microsoft Teams, you can connect it, and your assistant has the capability of adding that link whenever you need it to. Okay. Now, the final step of setting up your assistant is your user configuration. And this is where you can really personalize how your assistant works and make it so that it matches your style or your company style and ensure that it keeps things professional. You can always go back and change your configuration at any time. So I'll just show you a couple of things from mine, and maybe that will spark some ideas for how you can configure yours. But like I said, you can go back and change it anytime. And also, I do recommend sending a few test emails to the assistant, maybe with a second email account that you have or with a close colleague or friend, so you can get a feel for how the assistant works and what you're going to want to fine tune with your assistant. But here's a few things from my configuration that I love. So one of the first things I did with my configuration is I named my assistant. I told her, your name is Bridget, write like an experienced executive assistant. So now whenever she jumps into an email, she always signs it Bridget, and people can respond to her. Or if people ask me a question about scheduling, I can just say, reach out to Bridget, and she handles it. It's pretty cool. Other things I have in my configuration are always include my Zoom link for virtual meetings, schedule meetings during business hours whenever possible, don't follow up with the group until everyone has responded, and other things like ask me before changing an existing meeting. Like I said, as you get to use the assistant, you'll realize the things that you want to fine tune, but this is a really good starting point. So now let me show you a few of my favorite use cases. Okay, now let me show you the tool in action. Like I said, it's not a new app to open. You just use it in whatever your preferred workspace is. So here I am in Outlook and I'm emailing the assistant directly, asking it to look at my schedule for the next 2 days and reorganize it so that I can have 2 hours each day for deep work blocks. The assistant emails me back and she says, I've reorganized your schedule, and then gives me a summary of what she changed and where those deep work blocks are. Now I can take a look at my calendar, see if I need to make any further adjustments, or just leave it at that. Now, here's another use case I love. This is my absolute favorite, using the calendar assistant for group meetings. So as you can see, I have emailed multiple people and I CC'd the assistant. I said, let's get something on the schedule for next week. I need about an hour, CCing my assistant to coordinate. As you can see, about 18 emails of back and forth trying to find 1 hour with 4 people. But then we land here where my assistant says, I've got something on the calendar next Wednesday at 3 o'clock, and you'll all receive an invitation shortly. The best part is she says, if you need to cancel or reschedule, reach out to her and she'll take care of it. So it's out of my hands now. My scheduling assistant is handling scheduling for me. So that's it. That's how I used AI to automate meeting scheduling. It's saving me a lot of time every week. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I hope you give it a try. And if you want some more tips and tricks or use cases on how to use the AI assistant to make your day easier, check out some of my other videos. Thanks for watching.